Okay, so we will start the we will continue with the next measurement instrument, pressure measurement instrument, that is open tube manometer. We have already studied the mercury barometer in the last class. Now we will study about the open tube barometer, open tube manometer, sorry. So what is similar, what is open tube? It is like a U-shaped object. It is like this. Okay, and you fill a kerosene. You either fill it with a low density liquid. Low density is not like honey. You don't put honey and all. Put low density like kerosene or water. They are low density. High densities are honey, jelly. Okay, don't put that, or any juices. Low density. So you partly filled. So when you partly fill it, don't fill it full. If you fill it full, there will not be. So you have to fill it partly. So when you fill it partly, it will be like till this much. Okay, so you have 2 points A and C. This point is an open point. That means atmosphere will, obviously it will be connected to the atmosphere. Air is there, and this part is connected to a some kind of covering. Okay, so you want to check what is the pressure at this point C. So you know very well that same height, the pressure is same. That means if you take another point B, this pressure at this point will be equal to pressure at this point. PB is equal to PC. Why? Because they are at the same height. So we want to find out the value of this point, pressure at this point. So how will you find? If you know the value of, if you know the pressure at this point, then you know the value of this point, pressure at this point. So how will you? So what is PA? Pressure at A is nothing but the atmospheric pressure. That is called P naught. Okay, and you PB. How will you find PB? You know that length is something. This length is some h. Then what will be your PB? Your PB is nothing but P naught plus h rho g. This is the formula. Yes or no? So you know h. What is the length? What is the height of this much? The difference. You know the rho, density of the liquid if you're using water or kerosene, and you know the g. So you found out the value of B. When you found out the value of B, you know what is PC. So now, what is PC minus PA? This is the atmospheric pressure. This is called absolute pressure. So the difference between that is called what? H rho g, that is gauge pressure. That is gauge pressure. Is it clear? Is it clear? So what
Yes,
does
sir.
the manometer
Yes,
measures?
sir.
The manometer will measure the gauge pressure of the gas in the container, whatever container D. Okay, and how do you find out? You know the pressure P naught. You find out the value of PB. How? Your PB will be nothing but P naught plus H rho G. Then what is your H rho G? Your H rho G is PB minus P naught. So difference of that is this much. You just multiply H, you know the rho, you know the G, and you know you call it gauge pressure. Gauge pressure is the difference between the pressure between the this much and the atmosphere. Clear? Is it clear? Similarly, when we see the tire pressure and all tire pressure, it is all the gauge pressure what we measure. It is not the absolute pressure. Okay, the gauge pressure. Every time the gauge pressure is what is important. Clear or not? Is it
Yes,
clear?
sir.
Okay. So now we will move to the next topic. Very important topic: surface tension. What is tension? Tension is something you are under stress. Surface means that can we say that surface is under stress? Yes. If you have seen in your village or maybe a pond, have you seen an insect walking on the water? Have you seen insect floating on the water, walking and going?
सर वो मर गया रहेगा तो फिर फ्लोट होते हैं.
नहीं, फ्लोट नहीं, चल रहा है. I'll show you.
सर पर वो कौन सा इंसेक्ट है?
बताता हूँ. Water striders they are called.
सर झूम हो रहा है बहुत,
क्या हो रहा है?
स्क्रीन बहुत झूम है, स्क्रीन झूम है बहुत,
नहीं
वैसे
ऐसे ही,
पूरा ये नहीं है स्क्रीन।
ऐसे ही चल रहा है कि नहीं चल रहा है?
हाँ सर।
दिख रहा है कि नहीं दिख रहा है? Everybody is able to see?
Schaatsen
Yes.
ze behoren tot de orde der Wanzen.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say
Het wateroppervlak.
that what, why, how is it possible that an insect can walk on water? How? It is because of the surface tension. Okay, it is because of the surface tension. So surface tension is one of the very, very important properties of liquids. Surface tension is one of the very important property of liquids. So what is surface tension? We are going to see. Okay, we are going to study. So let us go back. So first we'll study the molecular theory. Molecular theory of surface tension. How surface tension came into existence? What are the various other facets which contribute to the surface tension? So surface tension, when you say, it can be easily defined as the surface under stress. Okay, like you take a polythene, small polythene. Okay, you leave it. You see the polythene is loose, but what do? You pull from this side and you pull from this side. Will it not be extended like this? Extended completely.
Yes.
It is completely extended. That means the polythene is like an elastic sheet where if you drop some coin, it will bounce. Yes or no? Yes or no? Similarly, your water behaves like this. So then how we are going to study that? Okay. So as we know, matter is made up of molecules. Yes or no? A matter, if you take a solid, solid is made up of what? Molecules, which are closely spaced. Yes or no? And they are rigid. Why? Because they are very less space is there. The intermolecular force of attraction is very, very high. Yes or no? Huh?
Yes
The
sir.
attraction between the two molecules is called intermolecular force of attraction, because the intermolecular force of attraction is very high between the two molecules in the solid. The solid has a definite shape, and it is not easy to break solid. You have to really put hard. But similarly, whereas you take a liquid and gas, the intermolecular force are not so high. Yes or no? These all we studied in the school days, in our 9th, 8th, 9th, 10th. You agree with me or not? But what we are going to study is what are these forces, intermolecular forces. These intermolecular forces are of two types. One is cohesive force and one is adhesive force.
Identity.
Okay, cohesive and adhesive. Cohesive means what? Cohesive means same. If the two molecules, the force between the two similar molecules, water molecules, it is called cohesive. And the force between the two different molecules, like if you take water and glass, water or kerosene, water or jelly, two different molecules, the force between them will be adhesive force, and the force between the same molecules are called cohesive force. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes sir.
These cohesive forces are very, very high in the solids. Okay, and they are weakest in gases. So if I say that cohesive force, can you arrange cohesive force? Cohesive force is maximum in solids and they are weakest in gases. So liquid, it is something like medium. Is it clear? Is it
Sir,
clear?
can you repeat again?
The cohesive forces, cohesive forces are strongest in liquids, strongest in solids, and they are weakest in gases. Because they are strongest in liquid, solids, they are rigid. They have a definite shape. You cannot break a solid so easily. But liquids can be easily broken or gases can be easily broken. This intermolecular force in the solids are called cohesive forces. Why? Because you have molecules of same type. Molecules of same type. Is it clear? Is it
Yes, sir.
clear? But you will say, sir, what about alloy? If it is an alloy, then it is not cohesive force only. You have adhesive and cohesive both. Why? Because when you say alloy, alloy is made up of two or more elements, like steel. If you take steel, your steel is made up of nickel, Fenico, iron, nickel, cobalt, and carbon. They're called Fenico. Alloy is named Fenico. So steel is made up of Fenico. If you say if you're having a block of steel, then it has both cohesive and adhesive force. Because the steel does not have only molecules of same type. They have molecules of different type, like nickel, iron, cobalt, carbon. Is it clear to all of you? Is it
Okay,
clear to
sir.
all of you? Huh? So, if I have two small molecules of water very close, you will say immediately those two molecules will merge into a bigger molecule. If you take a mercury in your hand, okay, a droplet in hand, you break the molecule, break the drop into two halves. You will see immediately they will merge into each other. Have you seen this or not?
Yes, sir.
Seen this or not? Why? Why do they do that? Because of cohesive force. The cohesive force are very high of same type. That's why they merge. Mercury will not attach to your hand. They will be attracted towards his own partner, like particles. Because of cohesive force, they immediately coalesce. They are called coalesce. C-O-A-L-E-S-C-E. Coalesce. Two droplet will coalesce to form a big drop. That is why even in the clouds, the water droplets merge into a bigger droplet and they fall. Understood? Is it clear? Guys, it is clear what I'm trying to explain you.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Then what about adhesive force? Adhesive force are what? The force of attraction between molecules of different substances. Like if you have water and honey or water and glass, they are called adhesive forces. And the force of attraction between glass and water molecule is called force of adhesion. If you take a glass and you put water, you will see the force. You tell me one thing. You have glass of water. Okay. You will see some droplets of water will be here. Yes or no? Will be attached to the wall. But maximum water will be together. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because the cohesive forces of similar water molecules pulls it. But water, very few droplets will attach to the glass because the adhesive forces are weak as compared to the cohesive forces. Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear? All of you
Yes, sir.
clear? Harsh, clear? I'm not listening anything from you. Are you available? Harsh. So now we will come to range. So if if you take a bar magnet and you keep a small bell pin, immediately it will get attracted. Yes or no? Immediately it get attracted. But if you keep the bell pin very far, will it get attracted? Will it be attracted? Yes? May not.
Yes, sir.
May not get attracted. Why? Because the magnetic field will have a range. And this range will be very strong, so up to certain distance. More than that, this becomes weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. So near the magnet, there is a range. That means you can pull it can pull the objects up to a certain level or up to a range. Similarly, these coercive forces or adhesive forces are also have a range. They are called range of molecular forces. Is it clear?
Yes,
Guys,
sir.
is it clear? So if I say what is that? The
Yes.
maximum distance from a molecule, okay, up to which a molecular force. That means if I keep two water molecules, if they don't pull each other, that means they're out of range. This water molecule will be pulled towards each other only when they are in the range. Up to a certain distance only, maybe 2 centimeters. So this distance up to which they will be attracted towards each other is called range of molecular force. Is it clear? Is it
Yes,
clear?
sir.
So in solids and liquids, this range is 10 to the power minus 6 meter. That's why they are
Yes, sir.
short range forces. They are short range forces. But what about gravitational force? Is it a short range forces? No. It is a long range force. That is why the gravitational force of sun is making the earth rotates around its own axis. And distance between the earth and sun is 15 lakh kilometer or 15 million kilometers, something like that. Yeah. 150 million, I don't remember exactly. I think 150 million kilometers. Is it clear? Gravitational force is the weakest force, but is a long range force. Intermolecular force
Yes, sir.
are very more than the gravitational force, but they are short range forces. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
What
sir.
happened? ऋषभ क्या हुआ? मैं कॉल कर रहा हूँ तेरे को, क्या हो गया? क्यों ज्वाइन किया लेट? Why did you join late, ऋषभ?
सर नेटवर्क में आ रहा था.
So now we will come to sphere of influence. Sphere of influence. What is sphere of influence? We will take an imaginary sphere. We will take an imaginary sphere. Okay. That means if there is a particle here, if there is a substance here, okay, this substance, let's say this is a circle, this is a droplet of water. We are saying the water droplet will get pulled if the distance between them is this. So can I say, if I draw a circle, so can I say this droplet, it can be anywhere within the circle, circumference, still it get pulled. Why? Because the radius is same. So this sphere of influence is nothing but it is actually a range, because the range, you see, if you keep the droplet here, the range is same. If you keep here, it is same. So can't we draw a sphere? Can't we draw a circle? Yes or no? Yes or no? And this range, this radius is what? The range. Is it clear? Guys, is it clear? Yes,
Yes,
or no?
Yes.
I am keeping two droplets. This range is this much. So this range can be anywhere on the circle. I can draw a imaginary sphere. I can keep it anywhere. If you keep more than this, then you get not full. Why? Because the range is this much only. So if you keep the range, if you draw a circle, it is called the what? The sphere of influence. Understood? And this intermolecular force is effective only when the particle or the substance is within the sphere of influence. It should be between, inside, or on this, or anywhere, not beyond this. Is it clear? Is it clear? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So now we will go to the next topic, that is called surface film. What is surface film? Guys, very, very important definitions. Please understand. If you don't understand, ask me. Surface film is, if you see one, there is a diagram which is given in your book. There is a liquid. Okay. So if you see, these are three circles, sphere of influence. These are three sphere of influence, A, B, and C. If you see, this C influence, this C is half inside the water, half outside the water. Clear? This one is just touching the water surface. And this one is exactly where? Inside the water. Understood? So if you say that the radius is actually the range. So if you see center is here, can I say this distance, this much distance is actually the range? Can we say this is the range? Yes or no? So if you say this is the range, what is this length? What is this length? This length is nothing but the distance between this xy and x dash y dash. The perpendicular distance. The perpendicular distance. Understood or not? Guys, did you understand or not what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
This distance, this is called the surface film. This is called the surface film. You can write the definition: the surface layer of a liquid with the thickness is equal to the range of the intermolecular force, or the thickness of the surface layer, okay, equal to the range of the intermolecular force, that is equal to the radius of sphere of influence, is called surface film. Is it clear? Guys, is it clear
Yes.
or not? This thickness, here you cannot say. Why? Because only here, partly here. Actually, I'm not able to draw properly, but it is actually like this. This radius is same as the thickness. This is called the surface film. Is it clear? Is it clear? Yes or no? So if you say there are three spheres, this sphere, this sphere, and this sphere. So can I say these three different sphere will have different intermolecular force? We'll come to that. But before that, the next topic is called free surface of liquid. It's called free surface of liquid. What is this? The free surface of liquid is nothing but the surface which does not experience any kind of stress. Any kind of stress. That means if you see here, this surface, and there is another surface here. This is below, x dash, y dash is below. This xy does not have any stress. It is completely silent or stable. This surface is called free surface of liquid. But here, if you see, this surface will get pulled by the molecules above and molecules below. Everybody will try to pull from all directions. But if you see here, this is actually stable. So this surface is called free surface of liquid. Is it clear? Is it clear? What is free surface of liquid?
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes,
we will
sir.
come to understand surface tension based on the molecular theory. Okay, surface tension based on the molecular theory. So we will go back to the same diagram. So these three spheres, if you see, the first sphere A, it is within the liquid. Okay, it is inside the liquid. Okay, so can I say that this force will get pulled from all direction? Yes or no? Yes or no? And the maximum forces are downwards. It will try to pull downward because the cohesive forces are very, very high. All around that we have only the same water molecule. So this will be below. Now we'll come to the sphere number C, sphere number B. Sphere number B is, if you see, the small part of this sphere is what? Exposed to the atmosphere. Maximum part of the sphere is exposed to the water. So can I say there are two forces here? One is the adhesive force, the molecules of the air and the water, and the water and the water. So one is the adhesive force, one is the cohesive force. Since the smaller part of the water molecule is exposed to the air, the adhesive forces are very, very weak. Cohesive forces are very, very high. And since the cohesive forces are very, very high, this sphere will also get pulled towards the downward direction. Is it clear? Is it clear or not? We will come to the
Yes,
sphere
sir.
number C. If you see sphere, the half of the sphere is inside the water and the half is outside the water. You know very well that the cohesive forces are very high between the same molecule. But if you compare the adhesive force between the two different molecules, it is always weaker than the cohesive force. So here also the water molecule will be pulled downwards. So if you see in all three scenarios, the cohesive forces are actually pulling the molecule downward, and hence everybody is getting pulled downward. Everybody is getting pulled downward. So because of this attraction, the surface is always like an elastic field. Like earlier I explained you how if you keep on extending, this will be like a stretched elastic. Similarly, this one, always the molecules are pulled downward. They want to be together. Because of this surface always under a tension. Always under a tension. They behave like a stretched elastic membrane. And this force due to surface tension acts tangential to the free surface of the liquid. We will see how it is from a YouTube video. We'll understand better. See a YouTube video. because this required proper what do you call that?
Explanation.
Demonstration. Yeah. We cannot. When my teacher used to teach, he used to teach with polythene.
Welcome to a Mad Scientist production of Surface Tension, in which we will look at how intermolecular forces affect the surface of a liquid. So what is going on at the surface of a liquid? Let's take a look by shrinking to the nanoscale. So here we are looking at the individual molecules in a liquid. And let's
Sir, voice is not coming.
Hello.
Hello, sir, your voice is not coming.